Hello. On your Open University course, you'll be using a computer system like this one from Actor Computers Limited. Please take a few minutes to watch this video, no matter what your level of expertise, before you put your system together. You'll also need to refer to the instruction sheet provided and the Actor System User Guide. We're going to be covering unpacking and checking the equipment that's been delivered to you, connecting the computer's base unit, monitor, speakers and modem, starting up the computer, connecting and checking the printer, and finally, how to get help if you experience any difficulties. Right, the computer system's arrived, so let's make a start on the unpacking. Do take care when you're opening the boxes. They need to remain in good condition so that at the end of your course you'll be able to return the equipment exactly as you received it. A charge of £20 will be made for any packaging that has to be reissued. It might be an idea to make a note of what you find in each box so that you know which bits need to go back where. Remember, the equipment is heavy, so be careful. It might be an idea to get some help with the lifting. The base of the monitor is attached by hooking it onto these grooves and snapping it in place. Try to keep the contents of each box together so that you can easily identify which cables belong to which machine. Set up your computer on a table strong enough to support its weight, where it won't need to be moved, and where it has plenty of ventilation space. The monitor should be at arm's length and at eye level or just below. You should keep your system well away from other electronic equipment, hot pipes and radiators, and out of direct sunlight. So, let's put the system together. Now, the keyboard cable plugs into this round socket. Make sure the symbol on the connector is at the top so that it's lined up with the socket, and push it in. Now take the mouse cable and plug it into this little D connector here. It's called a D connector because of its shape, and it's designed like that so that you can only plug the cable in one way round. Make sure you push it in firmly, then tighten the screws by turning them clockwise till they're finger tight. Next, take the monitor cable and plug the other end of it into the socket on the back of the base unit. The system has an internal modem. Simply plug this end into the socket marked line and the other end into your telephone socket on the wall. Now connect the monitor power cable from the monitor to the base unit. Finally, plug the system power lead into the base unit and to the power supply. Later you will need to plug in a printer, so if you haven't got a double wall socket nearby, please use a proper multi-way socket like this one. Since this is a multimedia system, you may have a pair of external speakers. The power supply lead for these plugs into this socket here. Take the cable out of the back panel of the right-hand speaker and plug it into this socket on the base unit of the computer. Then plug the other end of the power lead into the back of the right-hand speaker here. Finally, take the lead from the left-hand speaker, plug it into the remaining socket on the right-hand speaker and move the left-hand speaker to the left-hand side of the computer. Your speakers may be slightly different from these, or they may even be built into the monitor. The main power switch for the system is on the front of the base unit here, and there's another switch on the bottom edge of the monitor. Both of these need to be switched on for the computer to work. But once you've switched on the computer for the first time, you can use just the base unit switch to turn it on and off. If your system has speakers like these, you'll also need to switch them on. So now I'll switch on the computer. The first thing that will happen is the green power light will come on. The screen will come to life, and after a few seconds you'll hear the sound of the hard disk drive working. As the computer starts up, you'll see some text, and the Windows 95 colour screen will appear. A few seconds later, you'll hear this sound. And this window will appear on the screen. Now put the mouse on the mouse pad and move it around. A small arrow on the screen will follow the movements you make. If you move the arrow so that it points to the word close on the information window and press the left-hand mouse button so that it clicks, the window will disappear. Most of the software you'll be using on your course has already been installed, so please don't change the configuration of your system. Now let's have a look at one of the applications. We're going to be using the word processor to type some text and save it as a file. Use the mouse to move the screen pointer over this icon. Now press the left-hand mouse button twice in quick succession. We call this a double click, and the Works Task Launcher window will appear. Click once on Works Tools and then on Word Processor. Now we can type some text. Now I'll save this as a file, which I'll call text file. So I'll click once on File, and now on Save As, and in the bar that appears I'll type a file name, text file. Now click on Save. The file is now saved to the hard disk drive. Now we'll close down the application by clicking on the cross in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Some of the software you'll be using on your course will come on floppy disks like this one, which go into the floppy disk drive here, this way round. You may also have course material on CD-ROMs like this one. These go into the CD-ROM drive here, which you open by pressing this button. And then the CD goes in this way up. You press the button to close the drawer. Make sure that you refer to your course material for information on how to use the CDs and the floppy disks. Now, whenever you've finished working with your computer, you must shut it down properly. And to do this, click on Start, then on Shut Down. You'll be asked if you're sure you want to shut down the computer. Click Yes. The computer will then come up with a message telling you it's safe to turn it off. If you have the Oki page printer, please wind on the tape to the next section. Take off all the brown tape from the printer and all the extra bits of packaging. And this black tab comes out like this. And don't forget to remove this piece of packaging from inside the printer and save the bits of packaging in the printer box. You should also have a packet of floppy disks, but don't attempt to install these, put them aside somewhere safely. A toner cartridge, a mains cable, printer cable, an operation manual, and a warranty card which you need to fill in and return. Right, now let's connect the printer to the computer. Plug this end of the printer lead into the back of the printer, push it in firmly and clip it in place. Then connect the printer's mains lead. Plug the other end of the printer cable into the back of the computer and tighten the screws. Then connect the printer to the mains. Now, before we test the printer, we need to install the toner cartridge. So we open the front panel of the printer like this, take the toner cartridge and a pair of scissors and snip off the end of the bag. Now follow the instructions on the toner cartridge, which is to shake it from side to side 4 or 5 times, like this. Then take off all the plastic tape. And also the plastic casing. And this foam rubber strip comes out like this. You install it this way round. Just pop it in and push the flap in. Now let's start up the computer and the printer and get ready to print. The printer switch is located at the rear of the left-hand side panel. While I'm waiting for the computer to boot up, I'll load some paper into the printer. Pull this lever forward and adjust the paper supports. Drop some paper in, adjust the paper guide so that it's flush with the edge of the paper. I'll just get rid of some of this stuff here. And what we're going to do is take the document that we created earlier and print it. Close down this window as before. Double click on Microsoft Works. Click on Works Tools and on the word processor. And we go into File and Open, and I select the file that I created called Text File by clicking on it and click on Open. Now it's picked up the file that I created. You'll notice there's a bar of icons along the top of the screen. One of these is a picture of a printer, and if you click on that, it will actually print the file that we've selected. And here it is. If your course involves a lot of printing, you may need to replace the toner cartridge. Also, when you come to return your printer at the end of your course, or if it develops a fault, you must remove the toner cartridge. To do this, switch off your printer, open the front panel, open up the purple flap like this, and simply pull it out. Then dispose of the cartridge carefully. Now please wind on the tape to the last section. Open up the printer like this and take out this piece of paper. Now we need to remove the image drum cartridge like this, and then take off this piece of paper in the direction of the arrow, being very careful not to touch the green surface of the image drum cartridge. Then it pops back in like this. The printer comes with a mains cable, a packet of floppy disks, but don't install these, put them away somewhere safely, a paper feeder, some manuals, a toner cartridge, and a plastic bag which you'll need if you have to return your printer. In this case, you pop the image drum cartridge in the bag and seal it up. Now we need to install the toner cartridge. To do this, remove this sponge, take your toner cartridge and give it a gentle shake side to side to distribute the toner evenly. And now take a pair of scissors and snip off the end of the bag. And then you need to remove this tape . And the toner cartridge pops in here like this, and you need to push this grey lever forwards. Finally, we need to attach the sheet feeder to the back of the printer. Clips into the two notches there, snaps into place. And next we'll connect the printer to the computer using the cable that came with the computer. Plug this end of the printer lead into the back of the printer, push it in firmly and clip it in place. Then connect the printer's mains lead. Plug the other end of the printer cable into the back of the computer and tighten the screws. Then connect the printer to the mains. So, let's switch on the computer and the printer and get ready to print. The printer switch is located on the rear of the left-hand side panel on the printer. And while I'm waiting for the computer to boot up, I'll just put some paper into the printer. Adjust the paper guides here so that they're at the size of the paper you're using, in this case A4. Paper pops in like that. Just get rid of some of this. And now we're going to print the file that we created earlier, the text file. Close down the window as before, then double-click on the Works icon, and select Works Tools from the Works Task Launcher, then Word Processor. Then from the top left-hand corner, click on File and click on Open on the pull-down menu that appears. And we'll open the text file we created earlier, select it by clicking on it, then click on Open, and it's opened up the file for us. Now there's a bar of icons towards the top of the screen, and one of the pictures on that bar is of a printer. If you click on that, it should print our file. And here it comes. And here it is. If your course involves a lot of printing, you may need to replace the toner cartridge. To do this, switch off the printer, open up the top panel, pull the grey lever forward and take out the cartridge, disposing of it carefully, and insert a new cartridge as before. Your computer has been set up ready for use on your Open University course. Please don't adjust any of the settings within the system or try to upgrade it yourself. Like most electrical goods, your computer should be used with care and caution, and a charge will be made for any damage caused by negligence or misuse. If you do have any problems, please contact one of the following numbers. Your base system and monitor are supported by the Actor Service Centre, telephone 01279 406 200. It would be helpful if you would quote your Open University ID number. The Oki Page laser printer is supported by the Oki Technical Support Help Desk on 01753 819 800. The Sharp laser printer is supported by the Sharp Consumer Helpline on 0990 274 277. Your coursework software is supported by the Open University Academic Computing Service on 01908 653 972. We hope you enjoy using the Actor computer and that it helps you with your coursework. At the end of the rental period, if you wish to carry on using your system, there is an opportunity for you to purchase it at a special Open University student rate. To find out more about this and other products and services Actor have to offer, please call 01279 821 200 and ask for the Open University Sales Desk.